Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to check in with you guys and explain the last couple of videos that I posted, but also talk about what is it like to be in the process of adopting a teenager. So here we go. Okay, so as you can see, I am in a very different environment. This is actually one of my jobs right now. I'm in a transition of changing jobs. So for a brand new year, it is crazy. It is very insane, but it's very good. There's a lot of great changes that both my husband and I are trying to make in our life, and we're definitely trying to make changes that people won't be able to see right now, but hopefully it will be known and seen well over time, and mostly to benefit our soon-to-adopt daughter. So you're probably wondering, what the heck has been going on with that? How is everything? What have you been posting? What the heck is going on? All the questions. And forgive me, I'm actually trying to cool off because I had a very hectic and very busy morning. So I am just lounging around a little bit in my tank top. But I will be working soon, so I just wanted to pop this in here for a little bit. But the last couple of videos that I have posted, there wasn't any commentary. There really wasn't, I think there wasn't a chance for it. It was mostly to kind of show you guys what my husband, our soon-to-adopt daughter, and I have been up to. We went to the Natural Science Museum downtown Houston. So that was actually on New Year's Day, which was so much fun. The video with kind of the punk rock music and the black lighting and everything, that was actually at a really cool miniature golf and games place in Houston. So we actually went there on New Year's Eve, and we just had so much fun. And we kind of kept it a pretty low-key New Year's Eve. We actually went to the little miniature golf and games. And then we went to a little family Tex-Mex restaurant that my husband and I love, and now our daughter, I should say. I don't like saying soon to adopt, even though she is our soon to adopt, but she feels just more like our daughter. But now she's actually really liking it because her favorite meal there are the beef quesadillas. And then after that, we came home. We rented the new Disney movie Aladdin on Amazon Prime. Which was so much fun. It was actually better than I expected. I was very hesitant to see it, not because I don't like Will Smith, because I think he is awesome, but I was the generation that grew up with Robin Williams being the genie in Aladdin. So there was a little bit of resistance on my part because of the nostalgia, but I will say, if you haven't seen the Aladdin, the Disney version, the live action, it is definitely worth it. It's fun. It's really great for the family. And they still managed to keep a lot of the humor there, so which is good. Okay, so what is it like to adopt a teenager? I will say that not every teenager, not every case that you try to adopt through foster care is going to be the same. There are going to be some teenagers who have been in foster care their entire life, or for the majority of their life. Our particular teenager has not been in foster care the majority of her life. However, she has had CPS involved in her life for almost the majority of her life. So that can wear and tear on a teen. And a lot of people have stigmas or just, some sort of assumptions about teenagers. And I can't tell you that teenagers don't come with their own challenges, but in my personal opinion, in the past, when my husband and I have fostered infants and toddlers and preschoolers and young school-age kids, even a couple of tweens, they all had very significant challenges, from medical to behavioral, even to some borderline risque behavior. And that was more on the line for some of the kids that we had that were more closer to tweens, so 11 and 12s. So our daughter, our soon-to-adopt daughter, she turned 15 in December. So she is a freshman in high school, and she has pretty much all of the likes and dislikes that I've come to understand about teenagers. They love music. They love hanging out with friends. They love going to the mall and to the movies and shopping. And, you know, there's still some of that desire to be with the family, but there's also desire for them to be fully autonomous and to basically, I think the biggest struggle for people who are trying to consider raising teenagers or adopting teenagers from foster care is that there are some challenges that are more emotionally based. And I will not lie and be dishonest and say that my husband and I haven't had to face some emotionally hard conversations or try to deal with emotionally hard situations with our current teenager. I'm not saying that it's been hard in that we can't handle it or it has felt too hard that, you know, it was a struggle for us to handle. It's hard because we are navigating through waters that are foreign to us because our prior experience has always been much younger children. So with that, you're dealing with more teaching how-tos versus now as a teenager, you're trying to equip them with different how-tos and you're trying to help provide them a different concrete base to walk on and to build on, because now you're dealing with a different thought process and you're trying to help them think and feel differently about situations and people in life, so they have a different map, or I should say a roadmap, to navigate themselves throughout life as they grow into adulthood. So if you feel confident and comfortable with that possibility of taking on that level of responsibility head on, then go for it. I mean, this isn't, you know, something that I would say is for the faint of heart, but I now understand why many of my family members say parenting is not for the faint of heart. Because I deal with my own thoughts and doubts about, you know, am I saying the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? You know, I'm reminded by our teenager when she lets me know, hey, I really like this. I really appreciate this. Or, you know, my friends are talking about this, or people that I'm getting to know at a new school, they're talking about this. And I really like that we do this as a family. And I'm not saying that she gives me that kind of input all the time, but ever so often, that sort of input from her, when it does just come randomly out, that actually helps me realize that I'm still doing a good job. I'm still connecting with her. I'm still practicing Empowered to Connect techniques. And I will say with trying to adopt a teenager from foster care, choices, multiple choices, compromise, and really trying to explore their feelings and their thoughts as to why are they wanting to do this and what is motivating them to do this and how do they feel about this, and if they were the ones making this decision, why would they make this decision, and talk us through that process. And when you get them talking about that, and I can't say that every teenager will be open to this, but hopefully if you've been able to, you know, connect very strongly and very quickly in the very beginning, I will say it's made a lot of our conversations a lot easier and manageable, because hearing where our teenager's coming from helps my husband and I wouldn't say change our minds or change how we alter our path together as a family, but it certainly helps us navigate through conversations a lot better. It may actually also change some aspects of a decision that we originally made because we realize where she's coming from. And we understand that some of that may have to do with her personal feelings, that may have to do with some of her traumatic past. But these are just things to keep in mind and just to consider. If you and your spouse, if you guys are trying to consider adopting a teenager from foster care, I would say definitely look into it. Definitely volunteer with teens or work with teens, or even respite for your local child protective services, and try to put yourself in that place where you can kind of see the difference between the younger ages versus some of the older ages. And I will be very honest with you, our teenager has really taught us a lot about what it's like for her. And I hope someday very soon, when we are able to show her face better and we are able to interview her with you guys, I hope she can kind of explain to you guys what it has been like for her to be a teenager in foster care and what is that all about. But I will say there are some teenagers who do want to be adopted and some that do not. And I think my husband and I, we had to do a lot of soul searching, and we made the very conscious, very heartfelt, and I would say I prayed on it personally, decision to be as open-minded as possible and to be as supportive as possible. So in the event that our daughter decided she did not want to be adopted at the last minute, but she wanted us to be a permanent place in her life and in her heart, then we made that decision to be supportive and fully embracing that as that possibility. But we don't really see that happening because we are moving very steadily towards all of us adopting, being official, a legal family. But that takes work, and that takes a lot of us, really trying to connect and understand each other's feelings and thoughts and how do we meet each other where we're at. So I hope this was helpful for you guys today, and thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.